Hello, Year 12. Usually when we start the academic year, we have a welcome evening for Year 12, and that involves a range of presentations from people like Mr. Priestley, myself, and also some of the sixth form students, including the head boy and head girl. Obviously this year, with the current situation, we're not able to do that, but we are recording these presentations for you because it's important that, one, you know how welcome you are into Year 12, but also that you pick up some key pieces of information about the St Mary's sixth form. From me, it's a very, very brief introduction. I just want to highlight a few points. We are very proud, as you know, that we are a Catholic school. And many of you have been with us at St Mary's from Year 7 through to Year 11. And we're delighted that you decided to stop here into Year 12. Some of you are new to the school, and we are absolutely delighted that you've decided to join the St Mary's community. Our ethos is central to what we do and is evident in the relationships that we have around school. And as sixth formers, we really are really keen, and it's absolutely vital that you are supportive of that ethos. The second point is our curriculum and academic standards that we have in school. You've chosen your subjects. You've received a lot of guidance about which subjects you've taken. It's important that you hit the ground running and make the best start possible in order to make sure that you achieve what you are capable of during Year 12 and Year 13. And the third point is opportunities. When we talk about our sixth form, we talk about the wide range of opportunities that are on offer for you as our students. Like we always say, it's absolutely vital that you embrace those opportunities and you get involved in sixth form life. And a key part of that is the opportunities to be leaders. As Year 12 and going into Year 13, you are the elder people of our school community, and we want you to make sure you set a positive example to our Year 7s all the way up through to Year 11 students. Doing that by the way you are around school, and doing that by getting involved in a wide range of school activities will not only enable you to put these things on your things like UCAS applications in a couple of years' time, but also enable you to develop a wide range of skills to prepare you for the world outside of St Mary's. So thank you for joining us. We are delighted that you're joining us. I wish you every success over the course of Year 12 and Year 13. And I would like to also take this opportunity to thank you for the positive start that you've made to your time in the sixth form. Thank you.
Hello Year 12. I want to start by extending a really warm welcome to all Year 12 students and parents, of course, and start by introducing myself. My name is Miss Hattersley, which many of you will know, and my current role in school is Head of School. So as you know, Mr. Beardsley is the head teacher at St Mary's Menston, but he has a dual role, which also involves him being the CEO across the Bishop Wheeler Catholic Academy Trust. And it's when he's completing the CEO role that I take leadership of the school as head of school. So firstly, a huge congratulations to all our Year 12 students for their GCSE achievements. We're absolutely delighted with all that you have achieved. In such challenging circumstances, your level of maturity, resilience and positivity has really shone through, and you've demonstrated that throughout the whole of Year 11 when you face things that you never thought you were going to actually face. I also want to extend a warm welcome to all those Year 12 students who've transferred from other schools. We're absolutely delighted this year with the number of students that are joining us. We know that it will be a mixed feeling of sadness that you've left another community, but we also know that once you settle, you will be really happy here at St Mary's sixth form. For all of those students who are known to the school and new to the school, it is a very unusual start this year. Clearly the pandemic situation means that life in school is very different. We are in exceptional circumstances. I just want to highlight to students and parents that we do have a really detailed risk assessment on the school website, and you can access that at any time to see what the practical arrangements are in school. But if you do have any questions or any queries whatsoever, please do feel free to get in touch with the sixth form team, and they will help to resolve and answer any questions that you may have. I've got to say that the sixth form students have made a fabulous start. They've been really adhering to the routines and the new rules such as face coverings, keeping left, the staggered start, the staggered finish, and the breaks and the lunch times. And so we're really pleased that you've actually been conforming to that, and obviously you will continue to do so. But despite it being such unprecedented circumstances, every morning I'm out on the gate welcoming in year 12 and 13 students, and I've got to say that you absolutely make my day. You've approached this with such maturity, and it's great to welcome you on a morning with a smile on your face, and you seem really ready to learn, and that's the most pleasing thing. So I'm going to hand over to Mr. Priestley and Mr. Trickett, who will give you much more detailed information about sixth form life. But again, a warm welcome to you all, and I really look forward to working with you and supporting you in the coming months and the coming years. Thank you.
Hello to all our Year 12 students and parents. Firstly, I want to say thank you for choosing St Mary's. We believe strongly that our curriculum provision and quality of teaching and learning are both excellent, and together with our enrichment programme, we are confident that the students will progress well and be in a brilliant position to move forward with their post-18 plans. My name is Mr Priestley, and as the Director of Sixth Form, I have overall responsibility for all our post-16 students. I work with a fantastic team, including Mr Trickett, who is one of our Assistant Directors of Sixth Form, with responsibility for Year 12. He'll speak later in this presentation. In addition to Mr Trickett, we also have Mrs North, also an Assistant Director of Sixth Form, extremely experienced, who is working closely with Year 13, and Mrs Andrews, our Sixth Form Manager. As we work closely with the students and our dedicated team of Sixth Form tutors, all of which are very experienced staff members who are an important daily contact for the students. The transition from GCSE courses to Level 3 is always challenging, and this year even more so. The students have been outside of the classroom for a significant amount of time. As mentioned already, we've been very impressed with the attitude and resilience already shown in the first couple of weeks. The students have simply been fantastic. The GCSE results of the year group are brilliant, and the students are rightly proud of them. The results represent the school's best in terms of both progress and attainment, and as such the students are well placed for success in the sixth form. In the sixth form, everyone is individual, everyone is exceptional, and everyone is valued. Our aim is that all students achieve their academic potential, fully develop their talents and skills, and develop a love for learning and a growth mindset, and understand their place in the world. I want to highlight the success of the students who have just moved on from our sixth form, both in terms of progress and attainment, and also in terms of the destinations and the universities that they've gone on to. 80% of our students secured their first choice university, and 41% of students started at a Russell Group University. We are confident that young people leaving our sixth form will be in a great position. Before I hand over to Mr Trickett, I wanted to explain how we set aspirational targets in the sixth form. Each grade at GCSE is given points and an average is taken. From this, an aspirational target is generated that is a goal for the students to work towards. It is aspirational, but it is achievable. My final point is about taking hold of all the opportunities that the sixth form life presents. While school is a bit different at the moment, we do aim to still deliver as much of our enrichment programme as possible. And if things cannot go ahead at the moment, we endeavour to provide those opportunities as soon as it is safe to do so. Some of the key sixth form opportunities include the following: field trips, theatre trips, World Challenge expeditions, Duke of Edinburgh ski trips, careers fairs, university open days and choirs, orchestras and bands. There are also many different leadership opportunities available, including becoming a student manager, mentoring lower school students, subject mentoring, the student council, and applying to become a senior student. I'll now hand over to Mr Trickett, Assistant Director of Sixth Form and Head of Year 12.
Hello and welcome to Sixth Form of St Mary's. My name's Mr Trickett and I'm Head of Year 12, so I'll be working closely with the year group over the next couple of years. Again, congratulations on your GCSE results. It's fantastic to have so many of you here, and I'm really looking forward to what the next 2 years can bring in helping you to achieve your potential and everything you want to get out of this exciting time and these next steps. So I would like to just talk to you briefly about some of our expectations and the support that we offer to students through their time in sixth. Sixth form is an opportunity to achieve a huge amount in terms of becoming an adult and a responsible member of society, and also obviously in terms of A-level grades and the opportunity that offers you in terms of further study at university or with apprenticeships. And most of our sixth formers go on to do incredibly well. But inevitably, there are always some who are a little bit disappointed. And here on this slide, you can see some of the reasons why that would be. It is a big step up to sixth form. It takes an awful lot of work, and it demands a lot from students. We set out to help students right from the beginning to acquire some of those skills that they're going to need to offer them support and advice with specifics of studying their subjects, and also around some of the options available after sixth form and how to choose the right pathways. We set challenging targets for them, and you'll hear more about that, and ensure that they can secure their academic success, as well as a number of transferable skills that will be useful in the job market and in higher education. Success really does come down to our three-part strategy here, that relationship between the student, the teacher, and you as parents. And communication is absolutely key here both ways. And if ever you do have anything to communicate, please don't hesitate to get in contact with me or any one of the sixth form on the phone or via email. Students as well should know that they can contact any of us either in the sixth form office or via email as well. Now, sixth form's a big change in terms of the daily life, and you can see on the screen here how a timetable looks for a student. And there's a lot more study time than the students are used to. It means that a lot of responsibility obviously is required of the students to work out how to fill their time effectively. And this is something we spend some time going through, and something that a useful skill for students to learn. Our expectations are in place to ensure that every student has the chance of doing their best. These are around attendance and punctuality to lessons. Obviously, we expect students to attend all of their lessons unless there's a particular reason, in which case that would need to be communicated in advance. Attitude and deadlines is self-explanatory, really, I think. So once students start in sixth form, they will see the teachers start to treat them more as adults, as responsible learners who've made a decision to be here themselves. And we expect that kind of attitude to be reciprocal for students, to be motivated, to be keen to learn, and to be open and honest with us, whether they're struggling, whether they need more help, if they're getting behind on something. So, how can you also help to support your child? Well, talking to them about what they're learning, fostering an interest in their subject, probing what they've been learning, what they've been covering, helping them to seek help, helping them to take their interest further. It's also really important that the students have a really good place to learn, especially in the current environment, which means there isn't so much space in school, that students can go home and have a quiet space where they can focus on their learning every day. Now, obviously, the times that we're in at the moment mean there are a lot of additional challenges for students, and we've been through a lot of these all the time, and there's nothing particularly surprising here, but I'll just reiterate a couple of these. In order to be a COVID-secure workplace, students obviously need to be using sanitizer, you need to be using a face mask and social distancing, and setting those examples to lower school as well, so that they can see from the behaviour modelled by our older students how they ought to behave. It's also important in terms of coming into school that students can walk or avoid public transport and car sharing where possible, and where it's not avoidable to wear masks and follow those usual rules. The school routine has changed a little bit as a result of COVID. Normally, we would want our Year 12 students to be in school full time so that they can really focus on their learning. But through the limitations that this virus has caused, we're asking students, or we're giving students the option to study from home far more from the beginning, which means that if they have a study period first thing before their lessons, or if their lessons end earlier in the day, if they think they can learn more effectively from home, then we would encourage them to do so. But again, this comes down to communication between students and school, if there might be particular times that we need them in, or if there are issues around this. A couple of key dates on the screen here for you. Obviously, we try to monitor students and make sure they're on track towards achieving their potential. There are a couple of progress checks, as you can see on the screen here. The PPEs are their first sort of mock examinations. They'll happen in November, so shortly after the October half term, and then towards the end of the summer. And we'll have a parents' evening in March and some final grades sent home as well then. But as I said earlier, if you need to get in touch at any time to check anything, then please feel free to do so. Okay, so finally, just a few practicalities as I've raced through a few things here. If you go onto the website, the St Mary's website, into the sixth form section, you'll see there is a guide on there for parents, which should elaborate what I said and give you some more answers. There's the sixth form partnership agreement to read. The student planner pages as well that students would have seen themselves. There's an awful lot of information about succeeding in sixth form and about some of the routines and the expectations. Finally, there is a bursary fund available to families on lower incomes, and that provides a financial support, a payment that is paid directly into the students' bank accounts themselves, so that they can use that to pay for any study essentials. Thank you very much for listening, and please do get in touch if you want. If you have any other questions or you want anything elaborating upon, I'm always available to talk to. Thank you.